I was struck, Mr. Chairman, by your statement that we're not here throwing the president out. I must say, to the extent that I wasn't clear what the public perception is of what we're doing, I am inferring from your disavowal that this is, as much as any member of the House can do to get the president out of office, that there's some uneasiness about it. And I have to say, I think it is a grave error constitutionally to denigrate what we are doing. Yes, it is true that as a consequence of this, the president will not be instantly thrown out of office. It is also true that the only justification and basis for this proceeding, and the only basis on which members can honestly vote for these articles, is their conviction that the president ought to be thrown out of office. And I think there is a tendency that we have seen over the past few months to try to lighten up impeachment and to take as profound an instrument as can exist in a democratic society, the cancellation of an election by people not themselves the electorate. And it has to be there from time to time, but to reduce its impact that way, or at least to reduce our part in it, that's, I think, one of the most important philosophical differences between us.
I hear the gentleman, and it is a respectable point of view, but I thoroughly disagree with it. I think you denigrate the role of the Senate, which has the important adjudicatory role to weigh the evidence, to study what it wants and agree and disagree. And then our founding fathers made it extraordinarily difficult to eliminate a president from office by requiring a two-thirds vote. And that's why I have always said, unless this is done bipartisanly, and tragically there is no bipartisanship here, but I'm hopeful if it gets to the Senate, there would be bipartisanship, but absent that, there will be no.
God help other
the
presidents.
gentleman yield.
God help other presidents, Mr.
Would
Chairman.
the gentleman yield?
Chairman.
As somebody who doesn't want to denigrate the Senate, probably more than anybody else on this committee.
I think it's a sad greeting to you as you come over there to a denigrated body.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just say, and I appreciate the chairman yielding.
All right.
Two things.
Chairman.
Number one,
strike the last word.
I do.
Yes, you may. Charles, could you please?
Yes, my 1 minute.
Say what you want to say in 1 minute.
What I want to say is, I just do want to underscore. First, I do think, by the way, if, God forbid, this gets to the Senate, it'll be bipartisan. There'll be a bipartisan vote against removing the president, with a small number of Republicans voting for it. But my point is similar to Mr. Frank's. I was sitting in the anteroom there, and as somebody who has such respect for you, I was just shocked almost that you would, as we close this hearing, say, now don't worry, folks, we're not getting rid of the president right here, when it seems that the majority in all of these hearings and with these articles has endeavored to do everything it can to get rid of the president. So because you have a few more hurdles to overcome, please, to the public, it is perfectly clear, I hope, that should the mechanism, the very serious mechanism, the used only twice in 200 years mechanism, that the chairman and his colleagues seek to unleash, if it rolls in the direction they seek, the president will be gone.